Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the match between Barcelona and Villarreal, and then later in the video we're also going to be talking about the latest regarding Dembele and Lewandowski, and then later after that topic we're also going to be talking about the players that are likely to leave. It's going to be a very compact video, so I hope you guys do enjoy it. This is going to be some sort of like a podcast type of video. I'm not going to be editing this, and so of course it's going to sound very different. And so let's start with the match between Barcelona and Villarreal. Now, if there's one thing that we have to know when it comes to these two teams, right? Barcelona actually do have a very great track record. Like the last time Barcelona did play against Villarreal, we actually beat them 3-1, and it was away from home, right? Xavi Hernandez was the coach, and we won 3-1 with goals coming from Coutinho and Frankie de Jong, and I believe Memphis Depay. The Villarreal that we do see today is a very different team. Like, we saw them do very well in the Champions League. They had a great run. They beat Bayern Munich. Like, that was like one of the most craziest moments we have seen in the Champions League tournament within this season. Right now, they have a great position within La Liga, and so it's been a great season for Villarreal. I'm so glad for the coach. I'm glad for Pau Torres. I'm glad for all of these players, right, for doing so good for this club. Like, I remember when I went to that city and I was at Villarreal and I saw the people. They really do love this team. They love this team. Like, they fully back them. I saw everybody like basically close down their businesses and they let everybody just come in there and just watch the Champions League games. Like, it was just an amazing environment. It felt like a true family. And so I'm extremely happy for what this team has been doing in this season. I do expect them to really give it their all against Barcelona at the Camp Nou. They want to basically end on a very good note. Like, I know that in the past 6 games, they haven't done their best. They have lost a couple of games, but in the end, overall through this season, they have had a very great season. And I know that they're going to want to really give that last impression within the season because it is something that they're never going to forget. And so let's remember that Villarreal are basically in 3rd place, right next to Barcelona and Real Madrid when it comes to big chances created. They are a team that knows how to create against the opposition, and so Barcelona cannot let their guard down, and we have to place our best starting 11. Like, I know that there's really nothing to fight for when it comes to Xavi's Barcelona because we have already achieved our objectives. We are already in 2nd place. We can't get out of that 2nd place. It's literally and mathematically impossible. We're going to go into the Champions League next season, and so everything is already done. The job is fully complete. But Barcelona also do want to end well. It's very important because I've always said that if we want to look back at this season, we want to be able to say, okay, we came from 9th place and we got into 2nd place and we won against a very tough Villarreal side in the last game, right? We want to end on a good note so we can capitalize off of this season and ask, okay, how can we improve from here? Because that is the one thing that I want Barcelona to do in this summer that's coming up, is to basically assess what they have done wrong, what have they done right, and basically just say, okay, how can we become a better team? And so let's see how Barcelona do respond against Villarreal. Just for some quick updates, it does say here that the club has confirmed that Araujo has been given the medical green light to participate and he'll be in the squad for tomorrow's fixture. And so that is some great news. We want to see Araujo in the squad. We know that he has been injured, and so we want to see him on the pitch. And so here is going to be my most possible starting 11 that we could see go up against Villarreal. And like I've said, we have to place our best starting 11. I do expect to see Ter Stegen in goal, our defensive line being Jordi Alba, Lenglet, Araujo, and Dani Alves, our midfield being Busquets, Frankie, and Xavi, and then our front 3 being Ferran Torres, Aubameyang, and Dembele. And look, when it comes to this front 3, I know that it doesn't really give out the best performance. Like, I know that sometimes we see Ferran miss a lot of times, sometimes we don't see Ferran connect very well with Aubameyang, but I do think that a front 3 like this does make the most sense. And who knows, right? Hopefully we get to see Aubameyang like beat Memphis's like goal record in Barcelona. Like, right now, the leading Barcelona goal scorer within La Liga, it is Memphis Depay. If Aubameyang scores 1 goal tomorrow night, that would mean that he would level Memphis Depay. But if he scores 2 goals, he would actually have 1 goal above Memphis Depay, and that would be crazy to see Aubameyang like come in January, and after seeing Memphis having like a full season, Aubameyang ends up being the one that ends up being the top scorer for FC Barcelona. So let's have some fun, right? I want to see many players participate in this game. Maybe after we could see Ricky Puig, maybe after we can see someone like Jandro Orellana, maybe we can see more of Adama Traoré. And so let's have some fun, right? I just want to see this Barcelona team win and just enjoy this game, because we have really had a very difficult season and we have achieved our objectives. And so now let's move on towards the next topic of today, and let's talk about Dembele and Lewandowski. And we're going to be talking about some minor updates, because many have been asking, hey Kevin, what's currently going on with Dembele, what's currently going on with Lewandowski? And so let's start with Dembele. And it does say here, according to sources in France, the Dembele to PSG operation is now being handled directly by the owner of PSG. So there is talks going on between Dembele and PSG. It's just, it's so crazy, because the fact that PSG have been able to pull off like retaining Kylian Mbappe and retaining Lionel Messi and retaining Neymar Jr. Can you imagine what that front three could bring when they add Dembele into that squad? It's just going to be so crazy. Like, look, in this morning when I woke up, right, I was like, okay, well, so what's going on in the football world, right? And I'm like, okay, the first thing that I saw was Kylian Mbappe staying at PSG. That is some huge news, because that could either mean two things. It could either mean, point number one, PSG not going for Dembele no more, because they're going to be keeping Kylian Mbappe and they want to focus their front three on Kylian Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar. Or that could mean, okay, PSG want to further strengthen their front three and they want to add Dembele within that front three, with Messi, right, coming out from that right wing and putting Dembele, Kylian Mbappe, and Neymar Jr. Maybe they want to go for something like that, because those were one of the first few things I was thinking about when I heard that PSG were going to be retaining Kylian Mbappe for like another 3 years. And so who knows what that negotiation is going to be like. Barcelona obviously have already made their proposal to Dembele. Laporta has already confirmed, and so that offer does exist. We're going to be seeing a response most likely after the match is over between Barcelona and Villarreal. PSG, throughout this time frame right now that we're in, they're taking advantage of this time because they want to be able to make a very strong offer for Dembele before he makes that decision on whether, like, his team, his agents, and the player are going to be accepting Barcelona's offer, yes or no. And so we have to remember, Dembele is okay with accepting Barcelona's current offer. He does want to stay. He is fully backed by Xavi Hernandez, but the agent, right, Sissoko, does not want whatever Barcelona is offering, which is like kind of annoying, because it's just like, why can't we just complete this already? Like, I can't believe that the only thing that's pulling us apart between Barcelona and Dembele, it is the agent. He just wants to see a stronger offer. We have seen many like sources out there in the media basically explaining that yes, the agent does want to see something else, something stronger from Barcelona, and who knows if they're going to be like basically accepting the offer. And so it's concerning, right? And so we don't know how this is going to end. I wish I could tell you, but we're going to have to wait and see. When it comes to Lewandowski, there has been an offer that has been made. It does say here, according to Tony Juan Marti, Barcelona have indeed made their first proposal for Lewandowski in the last few hours. The exact figure is known, but Bayern's response was negative. And so we have seen other reports come out later, and it does say here that Barcelona's first offer for Lewandowski was around 32 million euros, but Bayern want around 40 million euros. And so again, Barcelona have offered 32 million euros. We have seen many journalists, right, in the media, on Twitter, on Instagram, believe that over there in Bayern Munich, they do see this offer like with a lot of pessimism. Like, they're like, wow, like really 32 million? We're asking for 40 million euros. And so if that's going to be the whole idea, again, I have no idea how this is going to turn out, because Bayern have yet to respond. We have only heard what the media thinks Bayern are thinking. But if there's one thing that we have to know when it comes to Bayern, right, is that they're not stupid, right? They always do good business. They buy at a great price and they sell at a great price. And so they're not going to be like, okay, 32 million, let's just accept this because we don't know if we're going to be like receiving a higher offer for Lewandowski and we might potentially lose him for free next year. And so we don't know, right? We just do not know. I hope that Bayern just say, let's just accept the 32 million euros, because I don't know if Barcelona is going to want to up this offer or not, because the big difference between Barcelona's offer and what Bayern wants is 8 million euros. Could Barcelona actually budge to bring in that extra 8 million euros? I have no idea. I have no idea how much Barcelona do have in their accounts. But I really do hope it does happen. Like, I want to see a front three of Lewandowski, Ansu, and Rafinha, or maybe Lewandowski, Ansu, and Dembele. And so any brand new updates that does happen between Lewandowski and Barcelona, we are going to be talking about it here in this YouTube channel. And lastly, I do want to talk about the 4 players that are likely to leave, because Xavi Hernandez during that press conference was basically explaining, yes, it is true that I have explained towards these 4 players that they are not within the plans. And so those 4 players are Mingueza, Riqui Puig, Samuel Umtiti, and Martin Braithwaite. And so again, Xavi Hernandez has spoken. He has said that he does not believe in these 4 players, and this is something that we were expecting to hear, because when it comes to Mingueza, like, yes, he was solid in the last game that he did play, but the more matches that we do see under Xavi Hernandez, the more we're starting to understand that, yes, Xavi Hernandez does require center backs that are very good on the ball, like very good on the ball. And if you do not have that, you need to be that physical presence within the defensive line. Like, when it comes to those 1v1s, you need to win 98% of the time. Those are players like Ronald Araujo, which is why Xavi Hernandez has no problem with center backs like him. But with Mingueza, he sits in the middle. He's not like world class on the ball, and he's also not world class when it comes to becoming that physical presence within that defensive line. He's like in that gray area. And then when it comes to Riqui Puig, it is just simply competition. Pedri, Xavi, Frankie, they are all well above Riqui Puig in terms of like the talent, and they have been very definitive in the past like 2 years, and they do have a lot of capacity to grow. If you were to ask me, okay, Kevin, what is the specialty of Pedri, Xavi, and Frankie? I would say for Pedri, it is his through balls. With Xavi, it is his intensity in the midfield. When it comes to Frankie, he is that box-to-box type of midfielder. But when it comes to Riqui Puig, I can't really name you what exactly is his specialty. And maybe that is what Xavi is looking for. He wants to have midfielders within his squad that do have some sort of like identity, that are willing to portray their own style and are very confident on doing so. When it comes to Riqui Puig, again, we do not know. There's no sense of identity when it comes to Riqui Puig. Again, he's a very talented player. I do think that he could start in many clubs out there in Europe, but when it comes to Barcelona, it is always going to be different. And then when it comes to Samuel Umtiti and Martin Braithwaite, there's really no explanation. I think that many of us can agree and know why Umtiti and Braithwaite do not have the capacity to be at this Barcelona squad. We know that Umtiti has not had the required level in a very long time. Martin Braithwaite was simply only here because he was here to replace basically someone who was injured like Luis Suarez and just be that backup striker. We had no other option in terms of when it came to either Griezmann being injured or Luis Suarez being injured. But now we are in a very different situation. We have players like Ferran Torres, Ansu, we're going to be having Lewandowski, we're going to be having Dembele, hopefully Rafinha, and so we have a lot. And so I just do not think that Martin Braithwaite is needed no more, and that's basically it. So that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona daily news. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.